done a lot of retro collections in the past, and for once I decided to do a modern collection. Now this is all of my Xbox 360 games that I have here. A lot of them I haven't played, and some of them I have played. Most of them I've played. And I just thought I'd let you get a look at every one of my Xbox 360 games, and here we go. Upon pulling this down, I didn't realize how many games there are, but I'm going to try to get through them as quickly as I can with little minor impressions of the games if I played them. So I'm going to go quickly through them because there's a whole bunch here. Dark Void. I actually really liked this game. I thought it was really underrated. I think it was a great new IP made by Capcom. Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to expand on the franchise anymore because I think it sold pretty bad and it wasn't reviewed too good, but I actually enjoyed it. Earth Defense Force. This is the second one, Insect Armageddon. Basically, if you like arcade shoot 'em ups, similar to the Dreamcast games, you're just shooting giant bugs and having lots of fun. No too much strategy involved in this, just lots of fun killing giant insects. Pick that up, you can get it pretty cheap. Prey, you can get this for like $5. It's a really fun first-person shooter. Came out pretty early in the 360's life, and I thought that it was really good. It introduced a lot of elements that you see in games now, including portals, which are now found in the game Portal. So I thought that was really interesting. So I think Portal probably got some other influence from this game. Gears of War 3, haven't played it, got it from Black Friday for pretty cheap. Halo 3, this is my favorite Halo game. Mostly because this is my very first game in which I played a whole lot of online with, and I just played hundreds and hundreds of hours of online gameplay. I did like single player, but multiplayer was where this was at for me. Here we have two Kinect games that I haven't played yet because I just got them with my Kinect bundle. Darksiders, this is a really great game from 2010. If you like Zelda and hack and slash, I recommend give this one a try. Darksiders 2 is coming out pretty soon, but this is a really great gem that was overlooked, I think, from a lot of people. Enslaved: Odyssey to the West. This was another one of my favorite games from 2010. The character development, voice acting, everything's really well done in this game. I think the hack and slash elements are really good too. If you want a good action adventure game, give this one a shot. Fallout 3, I only played an hour of this before I got kind of bored. I do want to get back to it someday because I did buy it brand new for $60, but right now it's just going to go back in the backlog. Final Fantasy 13, one of my favorite games of 2010. I like the game, I like the characters, I like the story. I think the combat was the main selling point of this game. I thought it was very unique and strategic, and you have to switch up your combat styles throughout the battles, and I thought that was really unique. I didn't like the linearity in the game, but if you can get past all that, this is a really good game. Gears of War, the first one, I played this one with my friend. Really enjoyed it, and we beat it. I just remember playing through the game because this came out right when my buddy and me got an Xbox 360, and we just found out you could burn your own CDs to your 360, so we were playing this with the Queen soundtrack, so it was really fun. Ghostbusters, I didn't finish this, but I did play quite a bit. It's a really fun Ghostbusters game, and I really liked it. The game did kind of drag on a little bit for me, but other than that, it's a really fun game. Gun, I played a little bit of this, got it really cheap. It's kind of the predecessor to Red Dead Redemption. Not as good as Red Dead Redemption, but still in the same style. Guitar Hero Aerosmith, just Aerosmith Guitar Hero game. Got it for $5 brand new, so pretty fun. Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock, my favorite Guitar Hero. This is really the first one that I really got introduced to. I think the songs are awesome in this game, and I just think it's pretty difficult, but I just enjoyed. This was hot right when the Guitar Hero games were really hot at the time, and this was like the main one and my favorite overall. 13-2, this is still sealed, haven't got a chance to play it yet. Battlefield 3, played a lot of the beta for this, and just decided to pick this up on Black Friday because it was like $25. Haven't really played too much of it though, because it was my first Battlefield game. Sonic Generations, this is a game I bought on a whim because another game I was looking for wasn't at the store. I was highly surprised because I've never played a 3D Sonic game, and I think the way they integrated 3D Sonic and 2D Sonic games into one game was really fun. There's a lot of fan service, the music's awesome, and just a really great game from last year. Pinball Hall of Fame has a lot of good pinball games in it, along with leaderboards and stuff. Lollipop Chainsaw, just got this last week and I've already beat the game like 4 or 5 times. I'm achievement grinding this out. I don't want to go too into depth because I might do an impressions, but my quick impressions are, I love the game. If you're a fan of like Suda 51, Shadows of the Damned, maybe God Hand, you'll really like this. It's hack and slash. You can customize your combos. Crazy visuals, lots of crazy stuff going on. You know, chainsawing zombies' heads off and pink blood flies out and rainbows. Just over the top action and just amazing game. I really like it. Really like it. So far, my game of the year. Dead Space 2, this is my summer backlog, haven't got a chance to play it. Universe at War, got this at a closing Blockbuster, haven't played it. It's like an RTS. DJ Hero 2, I bought this with the turntable for $20, brand new. Really fun DJ Hero game. Fallout New Vegas, I got this from a mix-up on Gamefly, but I decided to keep it because it was only $10 and I haven't played it. Bulletstorm, awesome game from last year. I didn't pick this up for the Gears of War 3 beta, and I really enjoyed it. It's really over the top, really actiony, first-person shooter with a lot of emphasis on points and styles, how you kill people. Arkham City, one of the best games last year, probably the best superhero game ever made. I'm sure all of you have already played that. Duke Nukem Forever, I got this for like $5 off of Gamefly. Reviews were terrible. I thought it was a pretty good game. The loading times are horrible though. Still got that Duke Nukem charm though. Modern Warfare 3, played a good amount of multiplayer in this last year. It's Call of Duty and I enjoy it. I don't buy all of them, I just buy the Modern Warfare, it's not the Black Ops or anything. Tales of Vesperia, haven't played too much of it, but I hear it's an amazing RPG for this generation. Time Shift, this is another cheap 360 game you can get. I really enjoyed it. Played it I think 2 years ago, maybe last year. Really fun game where you can like fast forward time, rewind time, stuff like that. Pretty fun. Nier, got this on bunches of recommendations from the gaming community. Haven't dived into it yet. Top Spin 2, it's a tennis game, you know. I enjoy tennis games. More so in the Mario style, but that's fun too. Halo Reach, not as good as Halo 3 in my opinion. I think they went a little bit more towards the the Call of Duty series, in which you can pick classes like jetpacks and armor locks and stuff like that. But it's still a really fun Halo game, and I do play it occasionally. Rage, got this for pretty cheap. It just came out last year and it's already like dropped, you know, dramatically in price. Really fun first-person shooter. There's not a whole lot of deep storyline to it, but I think if you need some time to kill and want something to play, this is a good first-person shooter. Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary. This is a HD remake of the first Halo. It's pretty fun. They did implement some new multiplayer maps and things of that nature. Crysis 2, I haven't played it, got it for cheap. Child of Eden, I play this with the controller and I got this before I got to connect. Really fun. You know, rail shooter, and the visuals are just beautiful in that game. Vanquish, I actually have 2 of them. One of them sealed, got for really cheap. I had to get it. This is my favorite, one of my favorite games of 2010. It's like Gears of War on crack. I love this game, and I love Platinum games. Just amazing. Get Vanquish if you haven't played it yet. Viking Battle for Asgard, haven't played it. Got it for cheap. Rayman Origins, probably the second best platformer I've played of this generation. If you haven't played it, get it now. Hand-drawn animations, solid platforming, amazing game. One of the best last year. Dead Island, if you're into Borderlands, give this one a shot, maybe before Borderlands 2 comes out. Also, I think they are coming out with a sequel for Dead Island. Shadows of the Damned, a really, really fun Suda51 game. This is probably what Resident Evil 4 should have been. Resident Evil 4 on crack, kind of. You're in hell and you're, you know, basically trying to save your girlfriend, and it's just crazy, over the top. Suda51 is amazing. Skyrim, put about 20 hours into it. I think it's a good first, Western RPG, but I don't think it's as good as everybody says it is, personally. That's just me. And I kind of found out I'm not really into Western RPGs as much as I am into JRPGs. So they might have, you know, something to do with it. Marvel vs. Capcom 3, got this for cheap way later after everyone started going on to Ultimate. Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Still a really fun fighting game. Sonic, Sega All-Stars Racing. Probably the second best kart racer that came out in probably 10-15 years, after Mario Kart 64, of course. The Club, haven't played it, but I hear it's like an arcadey shooter. Vortex Seko no Ronde. This is like a mech-based fighting / shooting game. Really interesting. It's like $10. First Batman, Arkham Asylum. Not as good as Arkham City, but really, really good superhero game. This was the pack-in Forza Motorsport and Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Didn't play Forza because I don't like Forza. Marvel Ultimate Alliance is okay. Condemned 2. Got this for cheap, haven't played it yet. Crackdown, played a little bit of it. It's like a sandbox superhero game. The Darkness, played a little bit of this. I want to go back to it because I want to get The Darkness 2. It's like a dark first-person shooter with, like, you know, horror elements. You can control creatures and stuff like that. Dark Sector. This is probably, if I could recommend a really cheap and underrated current-gen game, this would be it. You can get it for $5. If you like Resident Evil 4, give this one a shot. It's really fun. You can, like, go into, like, blade mode, throw your blade and control it. Not with a 6-axis controller like crappy Heavenly Sword does. Really fun. Dead Rising. Everybody knows about this game. Shopping mall, zombie, kill fest. Pretty fun. Dead Space. Really, really fun survival horror game. Probably, I'm gonna say I probably like this better than Resident Evil 4 because it keeps the horror elements. This is the first Earth Defense Force. Much, much harder in my opinion than the second one. And it's just as crazy and over top as the second one. Arcadey shooting, killing giant robots, bugs. If that's your kind of thing, give that one a shot. Quake Wars Enemy Territory. I got this for like 50 cents because the pricing was wrong at the store I got it at. It's like a first-person shooter. I can't even remember what it's about really. Prototype. I played a little bit of it, but I kind of stopped. And I want to go back into it, but I think I found Infamous a lot better than this personally. It's the same superhero kind of, you know, sandbox game. LA Noire, really fantastic game from last year. Think of it like Grand Theft Auto meets Phoenix Wright. And facial recognition is amazing in the game, and there's not a whole lot of open world. You can't really run around like you want to, but other than that, it's a really fantastic game. The ending is kind of lackluster too. Transformers War for Cybertron, really great third-person action game / shooter, and I can't wait for the next one coming out. Portal 2, excellent, excellent game and an excellent sequel to the first Portal. Much, much better, and they implement like water and stuff that you can use to help, you know, water and paint to solve your puzzles and things like that, and co-op, and The ending is really great, and I love this game. Fantastic game from last year. Mass Effect and Mass Effect 2, haven't gotten into the series yet. I really want to though. Mirror's Edge, probably one of the best games of this generation. It's like a first-person platformer. And I just love the music and the visual style, and it reminds me of the movie Ultraviolet. Modern Warfare 2, I played a good amount of this when it came out. It was my first Modern Warfare game that I owned. Loved online on that. King of Fighters 12, didn't play too much of it, got it for cheap. It's a pretty fun King of Fighters game. Cameo, haven't played too much of this either, got it for cheap as well. A lot of these games I got for gifts and I just haven't had time. Tomb Raider Anniversary, haven't played. Infinite Undiscovery, got this for $5, brand new, sealed at a Christmas sale. Halo 3 ODST. I got this played through the single player. Single player is not good in my opinion. You're like wandering around, wondering where to go, because I think the map is pretty terrible in this game. But I bought it for basically Firefight. Firefight's where it's at in this game. Bioshock, I couldn't get into Bioshock like everybody else could. I really want to go back to it. I did play a good amount, like halfway through. I just couldn't get into it, but I do want to go back someday. Blur, this is like Mario Kart with real cars. Really fun game. I wish I would have got it earlier when the online was more active, but it's still a really fun game. Borderlands, my favorite game of 2009. Oh man, if you love loot-based games, but you want to mix it up with a first-person shooter, give this one a shot. Borderlands 2 is coming out September 18th. Get ready for that, because I'm going to lose my life. September 18th. Burnout Revenge, really fun Burnout game. I do like Burnout Paradise better, which I'll get to in a minute. But this is, classic Burnout with the points and stuff like that, crashing and stuff. Star Wars The Force Unleashed, really fun Star Wars action game. Didn't think it was going to be that good, but it was actually pretty fun. Blue Dragon, this is a very long game. I didn't get too far into it because the time sink was just kind of too much. Wet, this is another underrated game of this generation. It's like think of it like a Kill Bill B-movie style game with like guns and samurai swords, and I think it's a really fun action game personally. Burnout Paradise, I think of this as like a driving adventure game, because you are free to drive around a whole metropolis, multiple cities, just hitting ramps, driving through billboards, just driving around, and it's just fun as hell. Even though they took out the crashing element in which you get points and stuff, just driving around and wandering around in the city is just fabulous. Love this game. Give this one a shot if you like Burnout. Condemned Criminal Origins, haven't played it. Here's the last stack. A lot of these games I got on GameFly recently for very cheap, like under $10, and I just haven't had a chance to play it. So, Majin the Forsaken Kingdom, Raiden Fighters Aces. This one I picked up at Kmart or somewhere. Got 3 Raiden games on it. If you like shoot 'em ups, give this one a shot. Gears of War 2. Played a little bit of it with my buddy. Didn't like it as much as the first one because I didn't like when you're like camping behind these giant worm things. It was just Guru Legend, haven't got into it. Stuntman Ignition, I hated this game. I got it for pretty cheap and I didn't like it. Deadly Premonition. This is a great game in the sense that it's got like a Twin Peaks style. The character development is really crazy. This guy's like schizophrenic and he's trying to solve a series of murders going on in a town, and the voice acting can be bad at times, but it's in a good way. And the combat is clunky, but you have to see through that. The story is where it's at, and the characters are where it's at. It's really a strange game, but give it a shot. If you like Twin Peaks kind of a style, give this one a shot. It's kind of underlooked. I think they are remaking the game, so maybe wait for that. Soul Calibur 4, it's a fun Soul Calibur game. Not as good as Soul Calibur 2 in my opinion, which is my favorite. Lost Odyssey, got this for a present. Haven't dived into it yet. I really want to. This is a great game for your buck. Lots of great arcade games, including Pac-Man, Xevious, Mr. Driller, Dig Dug. Lots of fun to be had there because I love arcade games. Oblivion, don't know if I'm going to get into this because I played Skyrim first, and Skyrim was my first Elder Scrolls game. The Orange Box, sadly I was trying to get into Half-Life and Portal distracted me, and so did Team Fortress 2. Portal mostly. I did play Half-Life a little bit. I didn't like it as much as I thought I was going to. Perfect Dark Zero. I didn't get this at launch because I got an Xbox 360 in 2007. I played it a little bit later, and it's like really shiny and stuff, and you know, just not as good as the N64 version. Project Gotham Racing 3, didn't care for this too much. Pure, this is a really fun ATV game that has a strong multiplayer that I checked. Still has strong multiplayer and lots of fun ATV racing game. And you can get this for like $5. Definitely worth it. Cube, this is like 3 Xbox games on it. Xbox Live Arcade games, Luminous, E4, and Res HD. You can get it for like $15 at GameStop. Red Dead Redemption, this is my game of the year for 2010. Just a fabulous Grand Theft Auto style game in a western setting. The story mode is amazing in this game. The voice acting, just everything is great about it. And the multiplayer is fun as well. Resident Evil 5, this is the Collector's Edition 10. I enjoyed it. I played co-op. And it's fun. It's not as good as Resident Evil 4, but it's still a fun Resident Evil. Not anywhere near as good as the originals, in my opinion, because I love those better. But it's an action-y Resident Evil game. Ridge Racer 6. It's a really fun racing game. You can get it for very cheap. If you see this Sega Superstars Tennis, pick it up if it has the Xbox Live Arcade games on the back, because you can get it at GameStop for like $4. And it's definitely worth it because on the back you can get Pac-Man Championship Edition, Uno, Boom Boom Rocket, and Feeding Frenzy, and some other games. And that's definitely worth your dollar, because if you buy those games individually, they'll be like $5 to $10 each. So, and you also get the tennis game, so it's definitely worth the money. If you see it at GameStop, pick that one up. Split Second, I got this right when I got Blur, and you can like trigger environmental hazards to trip up your opponents. Not as good as Blur in my opinion. Shadowrun. I was thinking this was going to be a different kind of game, but it is a strictly multiplayer game, and I didn't get too much into it because by the time I bought it, everyone was good. Everyone has plans and knew what they were doing, and I was just lost. Bayonetta. This is a fabulous game from Platinum Games. Crazy hack and slash. If you like Devil May Cry on crack, that's what that is. Assassin's Creed. This game freezes for me, so I couldn't get into the Assassin's Creed series, unfortunately. But from what I did play from it, it's kind of slow or repetitive. Rock Band. It's Rock Band. I prefer Guitar Hero to Rock Band. I like the controllers better too. Stormrise. This is a cheap game I got from Closing Hollywood Video. I didn't care for it too much from what I played. And last but not least, Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection. If you're a retro fan, you have to own this. There's like 50 games on this, including arcade games, interviews, and Master System games. This is definitely worth your money. Especially, you can get it for like $20 used. You can get it for like $17.99. Definitely worth your money. So that is my giant collection of 360 games. I'm not even sure how many are here, but as you can see, there's lots of them. Thanks for watching my videos, guys. Thanks for subscribing. And stay tuned to more videos coming from my channel. And I will catch you guys later.